Good afternoon, family.
Good afternoon.
And it's a glorious afternoon. Look at that window. It's just a glorious afternoon.
Yes.
It's where we should all be. I'm blessed to be in your presence. I'm blessed to be in the presence of all the ancestors are here with us to celebrate this day. But if you don't mind, I need to pull Mom and have her sit right next to me.
All right. All right.
Don't have her up here. You hear Grandma today, so Grandma, bring Grandma here. You can't finish that because his birthday, but when Grandma gets chilly, so I can do what I have to do.
I know that's right.
Congratulations to you for 5 years and for carrying on my mother's dream. That's very important to me. And 40 years. That's, you know, since I'm only 39. I will acknowledge, though, that I have a friend here who I've had over 40 years. Monty Dixon, when I met when I was 11 and she was 9. So we kept that through junior high, through high school, and just continued on. So very happy to have her here today. What you don't know is that when you asked me, as a kid, saying, I was going through some stuff.
All right, then.
Okay.
Tell it.
I was going through some stuff. About 2 months ago, my family had a lot of trouble. My son, on spring break, went to visit a friend in East LA. And on the first day there, he decided to go out and do a little sightseeing on his own, but he wasn't feeling well, so he was going to come back. He called his friend, and his friend said, well, my parents aren't there right now, so you can just go into the backyard and wait. I'll call them. They'll get back to you as soon as possible. He called us and said, Dad, I'm afraid. I was like, what's up? He said, I keep hearing these helicopters, and I'm hearing sirens all around. And I said, don't worry, it's fine. You know, this is a big city, man. You're in a different place, okay? He called us back, and Trudy on the phone told us that the police no, they didn't even say that at the time. He was talking to Trudy, she was trying to calm him down. And he got to a point, his voice came away from the phone, he said, please don't, and the phone dropped. And we couldn't hear anything, we didn't know what was going on. Then the phone cut off. For the next 20 minutes, pure H-E-double-A,
They use that word in church.
I got dizzy, I passed out, I got nauseous, I cursed. I don't do that too much. But at some point, I raised my hand to the sky and asked the ancestors, I said, I need this right now. And that's when he called back. He called Bill's mom, he's okay. But 10 police cars, 15 policemen, guns drawn on him for being in a backyard that somebody saw him walk into. That's an eject defense. Threw him up against the car, handcuffed him, put him in the back. And when we finally talked, he said, Dad, I thought I was going to die. That's the second time in my life now. I don't want it to happen again, but I've had one each of my children, and I didn't know if I was going to see them again. Okay? So I was still healing from that. And because I put my whole energy into him and the family, and didn't put it back into myself, my health started to fail. Stress was taking me over. It was too much. So when you called and asked, I thought I said, I better not right now.
You
When
ain't
it came
there.
out, I'd be happy to. So I'm supposed to be here today.
Yes.
This is
Yes.
my circle coming around, my healing process, and
Yes.
and it's wonderful to have family here to hold me up
Yes.
when we do this. I think Forrest Gump's mama would say, if you ask Harold to bring the message, it's like a box of chocolates. You don't know what you're going to get. I have some written things here. I have some things that are in my heart, in my head, and there's things that you're all going to bring to this. But I want to start with a little story, and it's told by one of my spiritual guides, Dr. Wayne Stein. And it is a story of a child, and it's called Where is God's Perfection?
It's a story that I included in the Power of Intention. The story that I want to share here with you today. It is one of the most beautiful, and it's a true story as well. It goes like this. I call it the Shia story. In Brooklyn, New York, this is titled, Where is God's Perfection? In Brooklyn, New York, Chush, C-H-U-S-H, Chush is a school that caters to learning disabled children. Some children remain in Chush for their entire school career, while others can be mainstreamed into conventional schools. At a Chush fundraising event, a dinner, the father of a Chush child delivered a speech that would never be forgotten by all who attended. After extolling the school and its dedicated staff, he cried out, "Where is the perfection in my son Shia? Everything God does is done with perfection, but my child cannot remember facts and figures as other children do. Where is God's perfection here?" The audience was shocked by the question and pained by the father's anguish and stilled by the piercing query. "I believe," the father answered, "that when God brings a child like Shia into the world, the perfection that he seeks is in the way people react to this child." He then told the following story about his son Shia. One afternoon, Shia and his father walked past a park where some boys Shia knew were playing baseball. Shia asked his father, "Do you think they'll let me play?" Shia's father knew that his son was not at all athletic and that most boys wouldn't even want him on their team, but Shia's father understood that if his son was chosen to play, it would give him a sense of belonging. And as you know, Maslow's highest level of consciousness is on that pyramid is a feeling of belonging. And Shia never felt that way. Shia's father approached one of the boys on the field and asked if Shia could play. The boy looked around for some guidance from his teammates, and getting none, he took matters into his own hands. And he said, "Well, we're losing by 6 runs, and the game's in the 8th inning. I guess he can be on our team, and we'll try to put him up to bat in the 9th inning." Shia's father was ecstatic as Shia smiled broadly. Shia was told to put on a glove and go out to play in center field. In the bottom of the 8th inning, Shia's team scored a few runs, but they were still behind by 3. In the bottom of the 9th inning, Shia's team scored again, and now with 2 outs and the bases loaded, Shia was scheduled to be up with the potential winning run on base. Would the team actually let Shia bat at this juncture of the game and give away their chance to win? Surprisingly, Shia was given the bat. Everyone knew that it was all but impossible because Shia didn't even know how to hold a bat, let alone hit with it. However, as Shia stepped up to the plate, the pitcher moved in a few steps so he could lob the ball in softly so that Shia would at least be able to make contact with the ball. The first pitch came in, Shia swung clumsily and he missed. And then one of Shia's teammates came up out of the dugout, and together he and Shia held the bat and faced the opposing pitcher, waiting for the next pitch, the two of them. The pitcher again took in a few more steps toward Shia so he could toss the ball even more softly. And as the pitch came in, Shia and his teammate together swung the bat, and together they hit a slow ground ball to the pitcher. The pitcher picked up the soft grounder and could easily have thrown the ball to the first baseman. Shia would have been out, and that would have ended the game. But instead, the pitcher took the ball and threw it on a high arc to right field, far beyond the reach of the first baseman. Everyone started yelling, "Shia, Shia, run to first, run to first." Never in his life had Shia run to first. He scampered down the baseline, wide-eyed and startled. By the time he reached first base, the right fielder had the ball, and he could have thrown the ball to the second baseman, who would tag out Shia, who was still running. But the right fielder understood what the pitcher's intentions were. So he threw the ball high and far over the third baseman's head. Everyone yelled, "Run to second, Shia, run to second!" Shia ran toward second base as the runners ahead of him deliriously circled the bases toward home. As Shia reached second base, the up to him turned him in the direction of third base and shouted, "Run to third, Shia! Run to third!" As Shia rounded third, the boys from both teams ran behind him screaming, "Shia! Shia! Run home! Run home!" Shia ran home, stepped on home plate, and all 18 boys lifted him on their shoulders and made him the hero as he had just hit a grand slam and won the game for his team. That day, said his father, now with soft tears rolling down his face, those 18 boys reached their level of God's perfection. Is that a beautiful story?
That's one of my favorites. I hear that over and over again. The last year, folks, has been rough. It has been a journey, and I think the timing again of being here today is part of this circle. Take care of some things this morning. I have an exercise that I do in the trainings when we have large groups, so we get everybody to know each other. And we ask people to pair up, and you're going to ask the other person one question. And that person needs to answer it over and over again without trying to duplicate their answer. And then you switch it off. And we'll have them then present each other to the group with the information they learned. And the question is very simple. It's who are you? Who are you? And I think over the last year, that's what I've started to look at again. I'm here without my mom now. That's a different world. And I asked myself, who am I? I started out as a list, what most people do. I said, I'm still a male of African and Native American descent. I'm still a son, a brother, a father, and a friend. I'm a comforter. I'm a counselor. I like to think of a man of love and a man of peace. And I'm still a dreamer. But a whole host of other things that I could add to that list. But for some reason, it still felt like something was missing there. One night in a dream, Mom whispered to me, "You forgot one. I told you a long time ago that you were a minister."
Well.
And I responded to her and said, "Mom, I'm never going to question you, but I can't preach to nobody." And she said, "I didn't say you were a preacher. I said you were a minister, and you were ministering to people since you were born." All of a sudden, her words explained many things in my life. I'm the person who someone will walk up to on the street and start telling their life story. My leg hurt. Let me tell you what happened. I've never met this person before, but I'm there to listen to them. I'm the one who people come to when they need to release their emotions. I'm the one who's a safe zone for those in danger. With that, I added minister to my list. But I still felt something was missing. Mom was on her job again. And got into a conversation to one of my elders. I'm currently a program coordinator for a program for DC seniors who volunteer throughout the city in school and daycare centers. Giving back to the community, if you will. Our most famous grandmother, I'm sure everybody knows, was a little grandmother who was 107 then and dancing with the Obamas. Grandma McClure. So we celebrated her 109th birthday this year. And I got a chance to sit there with her, and she started like, "Baby, how you doing?" And I said, "I'm not doing too good." She said, "But you look good." I said, So she went on and she started telling me, then Nancy just started telling me about her family and how long she's been doing. And she said, "You know what? No, I have strong roots. That's how I make it. I have very strong roots." And I remember, so do I. So I'm going to show you these pictures I'm going to pass around. These are my roots, y'all. These folks here have my grandmother's 90th birthday. And my queen. All my queens in one place. And they continue to guide me.